All right, everyone. So we have the Moto G Power 2026 edition right here in the house. This is my 1 week later review on this device, and I'm going to be pretty candid about this device just right off the bat. I don't think this is a good device at $300, honestly. And that's my honest opinion. If you're going to buy this phone unlocked, I don't think it's worth it. I think there are many other options, and we'll go over those in a second. But first and foremost, the specifications that we get in here, I don't believe warrant a $300 price tag. And if you guys are getting this from Metro by T-Mobile, Cricket Wireless, any other carrier out there that's going to give you this phone at a discounted price or for free, you don't have to listen to this video. You already have your decision on what you're going to get, and you want to get the Moto G Power 2026, I'd say, hey, go for it. If you're getting a heavily discounted price on this device and it's going to come with a deal that's going on at like Metro by T-Mobile or something like that, go ahead and get it. Pick it up. But if you guys are looking for an unlocked device, I don't think this is a good device currently. Obviously, we have some solid stuff in here. We have a solid build on this device. Very, very sexy, elegant phone right here. And honestly, this is one of my favorite form factors in a phone to date. I think this is a beautiful looking phone. I think all around it has sexy angles, has a great looking camera module, has a very, very comfortable back. It's a very pocketable device, even though it's pretty big. It does have a decent display. It has decent amount of RAM, 8 gigabytes of RAM inside of there. We also get 30-watt charging, 5200 milliamp battery, huge battery inside of here. Great that we saw the Gorilla Glass 7i inside of here, but if you guys are looking to get this device unlocked, I would honestly wait until this device drops like $50 to $70, maybe even $100. And a lot of you, I know you want to jump on a device straight away and you're looking for a phone to upgrade to, but I just don't think this is the one. I think when the Motorola Moto Edge 2026 comes out and the Moto G Stylus 2026 edition, when that comes out, you guys are going to have some better options to upgrade from your previous Motorola device. So that's just my 2 cents. Now, obviously, I said I was going to give you some other options. The first one being the Pixel 9a. That was on sale during the holidays for about $349. You can still pick it up for well under $400 on swap, but currently unlocked, mint condition, or brand new. That device obviously has a better display, has a PLED display, has a much better processor, a flagship level processor, the Tensor G4, the same one that we got in the Pixel 9 Pro from last year. We get an excellent camera inside that device as well, and we have an amazing build quality on that device as well. So that's the first one. Also, we have the Galaxy A36 that's under $300 in multiple places right now, and with that you get the Snapdragon 6 Gen 3 processor, which of course is a 4nm processor, and it's going to beat out the Dimensity 6300, which is a 6nm processor, so it's going to be quicker. The graphics are going to be better. Also, the display is going to be better as well with an AMOLED display, so it has a better AMOLED display compared to the LCD IPS display that we get on this, and a better camera as well. So if you guys are trying to create content, trying to vlog, just trying to take pictures of your family or your kid's soccer game, those are going to be better options to pick up than this device. And if you guys are Motorola fans and you're looking for a device to upgrade to, again, I would really urge you guys to go ahead and wait till like the Moto G Stylus 2026 comes out or the Moto Edge comes out. It is going to come out pretty soon, so definitely be patient with that. But if you're not loyal to any sort of brand, obviously the Google Pixel 9a and Galaxy has some really great stuff in its mid-range category, and even like the Galaxy S24 FE, a phone that was a year older than the S25 FE that we currently have right now. That's still a decent device and has an excellent processor inside of here for you mid-range users out there. But as far as it goes, for $300, I don't think we really saw too much by way of the camera, and that was a big thing for me when I did my review on this. I took a bunch of videos and photos and stuff. I was not that impressed, honestly. For the price tag of $300, I would not go out and spend $300 on this device. And I'm just being totally honest here. This is from a consumer standpoint. I know I pick up a lot of phones, I review them and stuff, but me physically, I would not go out to Best Buy and pick this up unlocked. I would get a Google device, or I would get the Galaxy A36, a mid-range Samsung device. Those devices are going to hold up much better. You're not going to need to upgrade, every year or every 2 years with those devices. There is some nice stuff on this device. I will say I do like the battery life on here. I think the speakers are just fine. I love that they included the headphone jack and of course the expandable memory on here as well. So if you guys want to go ahead and upgrade the memory, we can put a micro SD card inside of here. But I think the price is just too high. I think that's the biggest reason why I would say pass on this device right now. Now again, for the people out there that are getting this at Metro by T-Mobile, Cricket Wireless, Boost Mobile, any other prepaid carrier, or maybe you're at a contract carrier and you got this phone for free, this video is not for you. This is for the people who is going to pick this up unlocked. If you guys get this for free, great deal. Amazing. Love to see it. I hope you enjoy the device, honestly, and don't let me ruin your experience on your phone. But yeah, just a little public announcement of, using this device for a little bit over a week now. I don't think it's worth $300. That's just my 2 cents.